patient. So whether it's something on the motorway, so that's the job.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Let's go forward. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time around here, well, as you can see behind me today, we're at a very different kind of location. We are here today at the Yorkshire Air Ambulance HQ, one of two. We are one at Nostell Priory, and I'm here with my good friend Kevin, who has invited me to come along with him for this special day at the Yorkshire Air Ambulance today. So Kevin, do you want to tell us, one, a little bit about who you are and why we have ended up here today?
Yeah, there's a few reasons we're here today. I actually run the Penguins of Bridlington on Facebook.
So, well, come on this side, a bit of lighting there.
So I do the Penguins of Bridlington, the 5-foot penguins in Bridlington. But I also got my late father's name on a helicopter tail fin, and I also got my children's name on. And through that, I was lucky to be one of 20 winners to get to come here today. And I asked Marty if he'd like to come with us, because I've met him a few times and he's helped me out and he's a top guy. So I thought, come with me today, let's have a good adventure.
That's it. So that's why we're here today, guys. So when Kev says that he does the Penguins of Bridlington, what that means is a fundraiser for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. So if you've ever been to Bridlington, you've been around about the town, you may or may not have seen a lone penguin just sat there. Well, them penguins is what Kevin does, and he obviously raises funds for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. Just to make that clear, because you kind of left it out a little bit there, didn't you, Kev?
And we've raised over £4,000 for them, so...
And there's £4,000 so far. There's plenty more where that comes from.
Yeah, plenty more.
So yeah, we're invited here today, guys. We're going to check it out. We have pre-authorised the filming. There might be a few locations where they might ask for the filming not to take place. So obviously, that will be done. So you'll see bits here, bits there. We'll see what's what. Hopefully, well... I say hopefully, it'd be nice to see the ambulance take off. Yeah. But do we? Is it hopefully because that means someone's probably quite badly hurt? But
unless it's a training mission, then that's all right.
Yeah, hopefully it takes off on a training mission.
If not, you'll get to sit in it, hopefully.
That'll be cool, won't it? That'll be cool. Right, guys, so we'll go get in, we'll get some checked in, and we'll check back with you soon. So we've been welcomed inside, folks, and Kev's got himself a nice little brew. I'm staying away from the food. So I just want to show you this wall here. So there's a Yorkshire Air Ambulance raffle that you can take part on.
That's right.
I'll just zoom into this QR code there and click your phone screen and check it out. And we've got like I'll call it a mural on the wall, loads of information. If you want to pause and read it, you can go ahead and do that. I won't stand here and read it all out for you. And there's also a lottery just here as well. That if you want to take part on, you can. I will put the QR codes on screen for you now. So we're just going to have a little meet and greet sort of in this area, a couple of teas stuff available, and in a couple of minutes we'll be heading through straight into the hangar, which will be pretty cool, so back in a minute.
Sure, down.
Let's get up front, come on.
It's like being at circus.
Get front row seats if they're available, aren't you? Come on, lad. Come on now.
Whoa. Let's get you signalling.
What's happening, guys?
We're here, Penguins of Bridlington, and we're here to see the Yorkshire Air Ambulance.
Come on, a bit faster. The suspense. Here we go. It's almost there. Where are all the names then?
They're under the tail fin.
Ah, right, okay. And there we go, folks.
Only name we need to see is Barry Allsworth. Or Darcy Amelia Jill, aren't you? And also Angela Bears from Bridlington.
So if you didn't know, the Yorkshire Air Ambulance is actually celebrating 25 years this year, and as part of our 25th year we have lots of exciting plans that have been in the making probably for the past 18-24 months. And Year Over Yorkshire was one of those plans, so we're really lucky to have your support and really appreciate your support with it.
Brilliant.
Please do come through and have a look at the helicopter. We'll do that first because we want you to make sure that you get as many pictures as possible whilst you're walking around if you get an incident. And then we are going to split you up into some smaller groups so we can take you round the base on a smaller tour if that's okay.
Wicked.
Please do take lots of pictures as you go around. The only area that you're not able to take pictures is this window behind you. It's called the dispatch desk. So when you come to the dispatch desk, if you could refrain from taking any videos or pictures there, please, just because it includes live patient information.
No problem at all.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
So penguins can't fly, but this thing can.
So all the names, we'll let everyone have a look at the names first, and then we'll go back to that in a moment, guys, and we'll just check it out. So these are obviously all the sponsors and stuff. I've got some here, so I've got Yorkshire Freemasons, Rotary International, Lions International, the Nesborough Tractor Run, Yorkshire Charity Clear Days, Jack Bunsen Ron, and Jeanette Bean, Liz and Terry Bramble Foundation, Sovereign Healthcare, Chorus V65, Ice Valley Water, how have you pronounced that one? And Yorkshire Free Range Eggs, Morrison's and Asda as well. Rude Bordeaux up there as well.
This is my niece Jenny. Hello, Jenny.
We'll have a little look on the inside in just a moment. We have got some mad lighting going on here. I can hardly open my eyes, to be honest with you. The sun is right up there shining. But look at that, that's pretty cool. I will get some still shots as well in a few moments. We'll have a quick look just here. Loads of kit, as you can imagine. There's a lot of buttons, you wouldn't know where to start, would you, if we're going to be honest, folks? We wouldn't know where to start, would you? I do watch Dave Fishwick on his videos when he's flying his helicopter. We've got the gurney and stuff here. It's pretty cool. It's very cramped in it. I know it's big, but there's really not as much room as what you would think. There's, what I can see, there's 1, 2, 3 seats in the back, and then there's the gurney. But it is pretty cool. It's mainly just buttons and stuff, isn't it? But have a little look at that front part as well. Can't get into that front part. Just go like that, have a quick look. Went a bit wonky there, but it is cool. We've got some more. Oh, these are the same sponsors on this side. It is big up close. If I just flip this camera around, obviously I'm 6'4", and it's got quite a bit on me. These rotors are huge as well. They come out quite some way. If you just look at the size of it, it's cool. It's quite a pleasure to be here, man. It's way different for the channel. And yeah, there it is, the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. I believe it is. I know they have 2, and I think they were meant to be getting some more new ones just recently as well. I don't know if they've been delivered yet, but we'll better ask a few questions later on when we're round. So let's go back and find Kev, and we'll have a look for these names, what he's got, in just a moment. Did you find the names?
I did.
You did find your names? Good. So how many names was it you put on it again?
I put 2 and I put video you wrote. I put Barry Holsworth on for my late father.
Yeah.
For the collection we did, and I also put Darcy, Amelia, George. Amelia is my granddaughter, and George is my son, and Amelia is my sister's child.
Wicked. So you got 4 names on in total.
Yeah, so I just thought it's an absolute,
Absolutely.
good thing to do.
Absolutely wicked.
There's been some very emotional people over there, and it means a lot for the late mother of one lady. And
Yeah.
fantastic.
I can certainly imagine so. So yeah, I mean, there's not too much more to look at. So again, I said this is on the Nostell Priory land. I believe I have flown my drone at the Nostell Priory previously. I'm gonna flip my camera around. There's one helipad here, the main helipad, and there's actually like an emergency secondary one just here. And you can just see the circle of the lights to guide it in should it need be used. Got all the lights here, which seems solar powered. They won't be completely solar powered, will they, because they'll need to have power no matter what. Got the windsock, whatever you call it. I think it's called a windsock. If not, that's what I'm calling it today. And yeah, so I mean, this is the hangar. This is the helicopter. There's not much else to show at this point. Here we've got a couple of the torches, which are used when it's icy to de-ice the blades. Just a big flamethrower basically, that's what that's for. And yeah, so that's that for now, and I think I'll leave it until we go inside. And the sun is just so annoying right now. It's right there, I'm just going to go behind this cloud, so I'm just going to switch this off now and quickly try to get it. So here are the names that we are here from: Darcy, Amelia and George, and then down here there is Barry Holdsworth.
Right, we all ready?
Yep.
Everyone say helicopter.
So folks, we are now heading inside and we're going to get taken on a little tour around the base. First place we're going to is the simulation suite. So let's go check it out. That's a good picture. That is a really good picture, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
Do you want to keep going down? I won't shut the door.
Going on.
Tiger.
It'd be a Halloween nightmare. So I get realistic. Yeah. I can't shut the door. I have to sort of leave the door open. You know, I don't like with the door shut. So we are so lucky to have this simulation suite, and these mannequins. This is Valerie, who's not very well. We've got Vivian, and we've got a whole family, which basically they cost. The four of them probably about £60,000 to £70,000. And then we've also got the most amazing one, which he gets tucked away in a box, but it's where you can do a thoracotomy. So, can I explain what that is?
Yes, please.
So where they cut it if they really need to get in there and pummel the heart. So they cut it like this, they can get their hands in, so they can do that on a mannequin. And that's a mere sort of 50 grand just for one. But they can then replace it and everything else. So we are so lucky to be able to have this facility. So these are all supported by your generous donations, but also a lot of grants and trusts as well that like to fund a particular thing. Yeah. So what happens around here, around the walls, but we just couldn't get the projector to work. But, what they can do, it would have a scene. So it'll be filmed while you're coming in. So you would come in as the paramedic and think, right, this is what I see. Valerie lying on the floor. She's on the grass, so we're on the moors, say something. So there'll be a pretty scene of the moors around the outside. Sorry. So what they do with the walls, they'll have a projector that will project a scene of Pen Hill or Pennygent or wherever, or it could be a pumping nightclub, or it could be a football ground where we have landed on numerous occasions. So then also what they'll have is this projection. They'll also have a noise going, so it'll be a pumping nightclub, so there'll be lots of room, or lots of smell of, and then we've got a smell machine as well. So you could have
Smell-o-vision.
vomit, or you could have diesel from a big crash on the motorway type thing. So the whole is totally immersive when they come in. And what they will be doing is then projecting on while the paramedic's working on it, and then there's the training next door, the training suite. So the guy next door can make it as lifelike as possible. So Valerie, she's got real hair, and you know they've got teeth that have been moulded from real, so it's moulded from a real person. And what they can do, I mean, you can feel her hand is actually really quite heavy and it's horribly clammy, but they can make her heart rate faster or slower. They can make her skin clammier or hotter or colder. So make a real life scenario that could happen, because as you can appreciate, some of the events and incidents that our crew go to, they're never going to see again, and they may never ever see in their lives. They're seeing the worst of the worst incidents, and they just have to be absolutely fully prepared. So yeah, this room we're about. You saw the pull-up banner. We're getting a new airbase up in North Yorkshire near Skipton on Swale, so near RAF Topcliffe where our existing one is. And what we're wanting to do is copy the same and have the same training facilities there as well. Because at the moment we're in RAF Topcliffe, which once the helicopter's out, there's a rather rusty old control tower and 2 rooms, and they live when they're on shift. If they don't live close by, they can go and live in an MOD property there. So they can do all sorts of things, and obviously the doctors love making up vomit or blood or scenes. And then these bags are exactly the same as what they would take on the helicopter. These obviously are training ones, so they're but they're as heavy. They are heavy. So if anyone wants to hold on to one,
I'll try.
It's a bit lighter, I think.
15 kilos there, easy. Yeah, easy.
So our guys have to be fit, have to be,
it's quite heavy
You try.
when they're in the helicopter, they will all be put in the same, everything will be in the same place. So, you know what it's like when you go into your drawers and find out what you're looking for. That's exactly, they know exactly where each bit is, because the stress, I suppose, of when they arrive, the adrenaline, you've got to know exactly what you're looking for. And what they can do is when they're on the helicopter, they can then work out, they still might be getting information, and that's the technical crew member's job, is when they're getting more information from dispatch, it's better to be up and out in 3 minutes than it is wait to see until we've got all the information, because obviously it saves life. The quicker you go, the quicker you can get there and be at the patient. And it's better to be stood down for whatever reason rather than wait. So that technical crew member will be working out maybe what the landing's like, and it might be a lovely sunny day here, but there could be a sea fret over on the coast, or it could be blowing a hoolie, or it could be snowing or whatever. And so we can get anywhere in 20 minutes. 98% of Yorkshire in 20 minutes. So, phenomenal. We're very lucky to have it. So we've got 3 helicopters, but only 2 will fly at any one time. So we've only got enough crew, and that's all we want, because imagine the extra cost of having another 3rd helicopter. So that helicopter is purely on a part of the rotational fleet, so that if, like now, one of them's at service, being serviced, which takes 6 weeks, it's not a case of just taking it down for the day and hoping they'll pass its MOT. So it's more cost effective for us to have that 3rd helicopter on standby than it is to lease one in for those 6 weeks.
Got it.
So it's and then also if one of them's offline, it means we've still got that availability. And these guys are flying out 5 or 6 times a day.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is the equipment the same on every?
Yes, absolutely identical, and that's what the paramedics and the TCMs do first thing. So that's what they're having a brief then, and then just checking that everything, because obviously it's up to the paramedic. You don't want to arrive somewhere and you haven't got the crucial bit. But it'll all be on the helicopter, and all they've got to do is grab their helmet and put on their jackets, and off they go. And weather-wise, when it's tricky to fly is when it's windy, and you can imagine as well that hangar door when it's really windy. So actually, that it's not so much the fog, because you can fly about. It's not great. The fog isn't great, but it's the wind really which is worse. And actually, when it's snowing, we actually can get to places that perhaps land ambulances couldn't.
Yeah.
You know, particularly up the dales, at Wensleydale and Swaledale and stuff, and on the moors.
Where did most of your pilots come from?
What jobs they've done before?
Yeah, sorry,
And
that's...
a lot have been in the police force or in military.
Cool.
We've actually got quite a few sort of civilian helicopters as well. Some of them have been out in the oil, you know, working on the oil rigs and things.
Fantastic.
Been over in, there's one guy's been in Belize. So actually, for them, this type of job is, you know, flying over beautiful Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And they joke and say they're really glorified bag carriers. Once they get there, you know, they take the pictures of the helicopter and then put it in view rather than... And actually, you know, there's not, okay, they may well be flying into a crime scene sometimes, but generally...
Is it alright? Is Charlotte is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are. That's all right, don't worry. So yeah, it's the pilots have done all sorts of jobs, but they've had to have had, I think it was about 15,000 flying hours before they're even, you know,
Considered.
yeah. And then our paramedics have all had 5 years on a land ambulance, at least 5 years on a land ambulance, and then it's a pretty strict application form. You know, we've got some paramedics that have applied 3 or 4 times, you know, just to get accepted in what they need. And actually, it's not for everybody. You know, you're seeing some very ill people, and you're flying in a helicopter. You know, that's also not for everybody.
Yeah. Have you had some that have tried it and just thought, you know what,
there's
not for me?
yeah. And then they have to go and do some training over in Wales. You know, like water stuff. You know, going
Like
through,
simulations and things.
you know, and things like, you know, God forbid, but if something happened to the helicopter, you know, all of that type of stuff that they've got to know what to do. But they're an amazing team, and they really, you know, because they're seeing some pretty traumatic incidents, so they all, you know, and that's one of the things we're majoring on in the new airbase is that sort of well-being, because these guys have got to go back to their families after a day of seeing
Trauma.
stuff, that no one wants to see. So, but yeah, they're a good crew. And then the likes of Sammy, who I don't know if you watch Helicopter ER, Sammy's on today actually, so hopefully we'll get to meet her.
Do all the paramedics on the helicopter, can all of them, do they all have to be able to fly the helicopter?
It's not so much actually fly it, but they need to know the basics. So the technical crew member will know a bit more. They're more of the left-hand seat, so they know a bit. And a lot of that's a new role that we introduced 2 years ago, and their job is more technical. So they're more of being able to fly. To be honest, that helicopter could fly itself, and that's what they say. So you know, I think, but the technical crew member might be able to press a button.
How old is the helicopter?
So the 3 that we've got now are all in the last year.
Wow.
So we got one in April, one in August, and then this other one came at the beginning
Fantastic.
of this year. So we own them.
Yeah.
And we had, the idea was to have them for 10 years, the 4 blades one. So these have been replaced with a 5 blade. Still the H145, but it's the 5 blade. And the 4 blades just weren't there were too many issues with them for our liking.
Yeah.
They've gone off to another air ambulance area, so that's fine. But so they're not that bad, but these ones are better.
Yeah.
And the 5 blades is much more level. On the 4 blades, we had to have a counterbalance because they were quite juddery. So this 4 blade actually, the 5 blade is much more stable. I mean, it's still, you know, the 4 blade still did its job, but if you've got a broken back and you're lying on a stretcher, you need it to be as comfortable and as level as possible. And things like as well with the iPads, so the paramedics are, you know, plugging in. This is Tessa. She's got a broken leg. She's had some ketamine. We're bringing her to Hull type thing. They can, you know, all the information will be there by the time the patient gets there. So none of that sort of having to talk over the patient when you get there. And it's all there, and it's all in writing, and it's easier for the reporting and everything at the end of the day. So yeah, so we got the 4 blades we were going to have for 10 years, but actually we stopped it at 8 years when these ones came along. So we've done very well in actually getting in at the beginning, because as you can imagine now, there's a huge long wait list with Airbus. And you know, other air ambulances are coming to have a look at what we've got and how they work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they a bit quicker, these ones?
So now, yeah, I started to say about the counterbalance. What on the 4 blade we had to have a counterbalance to keep it more stable, and that would now, without that, and with the 5 blades, it gives us an extra half an hour flying time. So it's not so much the speed, it's just how long we can be in the air. So generally, it's an hour and a half that they could fly non-stop, but you know, we're flying
Yorkshire.
10 minutes at a time, you know, 20 minutes max, 40 minutes by the time you've got back. And sometimes what might happen is they might be en route to, they might go to the hospital, and if they don't feel they can carry the patient because of what, either they might have had a cardiac arrest and actually they think they might have another cardiac arrest, which would be very difficult in the back of a helicopter. So the doctor will travel on the land ambulance, which is more than likely there as well. So they would then go on the land ambulance. The pilot then might say, well, I'm going to go back to base or an airfield, fill up, and then I'll come and pick you up. Or you're going to have to thumb a lift. It's the end of shift, sorry, you're on your own.
Can you refuel anywhere else?
Yes, yeah. So all the, you know, like Elvington airfields and various airfields, they just phone and say, I'm not quite sure about the whole payment thing, but it's sorted. So they go about 160 miles an hour.
Wow.
But in a straight line, you know, with no, and they're like blue lights, you know, they get priority. So up at Topcliffe, they get priority over other helicopters and other you know, air traffic. Should we go and have a look at the dispatch desk? Yeah.
I don't blame her.
It is heavy.
Come on, you said about Lily. Go on, pick a foot up. Go on.
Blanket there.
Let's have a little sleep.
These feels a lot like rubber. But obviously you can sweat and stuff like that as well.
Some feel of it. Now you're used to it.
Got some weight on it if you like try to lift it.
Oh yeah, that is.
Yeah.
It's not nice to. It's not. Oh, it looks off.
Pretty freaky looking, isn't it? I must say.
Yeah.
It's a thing of nightmares.
It is a funny one.
I thought it was a zombie.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing.
I don't think it's as heavy as my camping bag, to be honest with you. I said that one's light. There's nothing in that one.
And this is just one of the
You won't fancy it on your back.
mannequins at the too.
One thing that I'm very interested as well is smell-o-vision. They can put scents through it, man. That is different.
That was good, that.
We've said it for years as a laugh, haven't we? Oh, imagine if you could smell something through TV, you know what I mean?
Like nightclub or
Mental,
diesel.
isn't it? Right, Cam, we're going to have to go off now, guys, because we're going to the dispatch desk. I'll be back here shortly.
Pilot started with us, and that's why we've unfortunately been a bit delayed getting out, because we've been quizzed on stuff. The computer system's the same as what they have in the ambulance service. It's the same system. I don't go anywhere near it because I had some great computers. But you've got all the instances get logged on there, and basically Gemma's job is to look through them, listen to phone calls, listening to 999 calls. So if you say anything daft or silly on the phone, you'll hear it. And you do hear funny conversations that patients say when they're ringing up, or somebody reporting something. And then, depending on what the incident is, you may want to call the 999 call handler, or call the person who's reporting it, or you could just say, right, you've got a job. And she'll cover us here, which we tend to cover the southern part of Yorkshire, whilst the aircraft base that I have Topcliffe first will cover the northern bit. But if the incident is such that we might need to do put people to sleep because of a head injury, then we may get tasked to go for that and support. The previous group, which was on that side of the wall, there's a massive map. I don't know if you've been in the conference room. Anyone's the geography fan like me, maps are brilliant. I love to stare at the maps, you know. And we can sort of work out where incidents are once we've got a location. We can work out how far something is, you know, from which air base, because that's important, and also work out, you know, where's the nearest big hospital to go to if we need to. So some people, if they've got massive injuries, may need to go to the major trauma centres, so Hull, Leeds, James Cook, Sheffield, and you know, we cater for the whole region, and that's cool. I mean, I'm pretty biased for Yorkshire. I've lived outside of Yorkshire, a little bit in Australia and a bit in Cambridgeshire when I was learning for this job, but I like to stay within those confines. If I don't go out of Yorkshire, I'm happy, but I hope I don't offend anyone saying that. Nope. But also we've got little trauma units as well, and unlike the critical care paramedics who work here full-time, this is sort of my other side of my job. So we all work in hospitals as well. So I work at Airedale, between Keith and Skipton, and on that map it's the top left. And we will receive injuries. We will still have the aircraft land. You know, injuries which don't need the major trauma services, but equally still need to come to us, or it might be a rural and remote job where actually it's just quicker to get that person who might have, for example, injured their ankle, and if we can get them to hospital quicker, then it means when they get to A&E, we can then give them some magic medicine and just twiddle around the leg that actually may get them into their injury into a better position, so we may avoid needing to go to theatre for operation or staying overnight, which has a really, you know, cost benefit. Hospitals are heavingly busy, and the TripAdvisor is saying every hospital is the best place to go. And so it helps immensely from that perspective. It also keeps the ambulances out in the areas that, you know, so that we're not taking up ambulance to drive a person an hour and a half down from, you know, for example, in the Dales to say Airedale. That's just an example. I mean, North Yorkshire is the same. So it's amazing how, as well as taking critical care and sort of A&E department care to the patients, you know, we're also supporting the ambulance service as a whole, which is important. And it is important that we fulfil that role. And a lot of the critical care paramedics and the ambulance service have come through us as well. But it's really, as I said, the other group, it's really satisfying coming here. This is not, because it's a separate job for me, you know, it helps me do my A&E job, and that's really important, because that, you know, when something's really busy all the time, it's nice to have that difference, and also you get a chance to look after really sick patients. But it's really satisfying, and it's great fun. And I'll be honest, I said it to the other group, is I have to admit, all I knew was this month I've got this weekend here. I don't really look at the diary to see what's happening. So actually, when suddenly I saw these chairs coming out, I was thinking, crumbs have got a big visit. And so essentially, we start a shift with we get a kit ready, get the aircraft ready, we have a big brief, which is really important for safety. We might do some training events, which may be some of the simulation training, or discuss about difficult things or previous cases, and that's dead important, because if you don't see certain things frequently, you do get a bit, you don't forget, but it's just good to have everything in mind. It may be that certain crew members of the team may want to do certain things to practice and train so that we keep current. You know, things like, you know, doing things funny to people's chests if they have bad injuries to the chest. You know, we can do certain procedures which are really daunting to do even in hospital, but we have to do it outside because it makes a difference. And it's having the confidence to do that. And in some respects, doing things outside there to a level that's probably sometimes easier to do out there than it is in hospital, just because we practice it all the time. Whereas if I do it at hospital, I might not have the same people all the time. Whereas I know for the fact that the trust that you get working with the crew members is great, and they'll know when I've forgotten something, or I'm just
Team effort.
Yeah.
Is it always the same team?
No, it's different. I mean, I'm only here once every 2 weeks. I'd like to do it every week. I'd like to do it more. I mean, it's just not possible. The paramedics here on a big, more permanent on a.
There's 17 paramedics,
Yeah.
isn't there, Dave? You'll work with regular.
You get to know people over
Yeah.
time,
But there's 17 of us, and that's our main job. Is you get to come in twice a month, and we love having a doctor. A different doctor every day. Variety.
Yeah. So have you all seen the aircraft?
Yes.
You want to see it again, but with David? We got all the medical kit out.
If you can get the kit out.
Yeah, the kit. So if you want to follow me,
That's great. Let's go. I got the gurney and stuff out. Oh, I've got the back of the ambulance. Let's have a look at this. That's where it slides in, just there. Yeah. The back door.
So thin.
I know, it's shocking how thin it is, isn't it? You expect it's like a big, heavy door, but it's really not, is it?
Right.
I mean, they're just going to see the other group as well, that they can come out as well, so you can have the whole lot.
All right.
So I think, the ones that were in the sim suite,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we're going to get them out too.
Yeah, I thought. Looked a bit short on the
Yeah, we lost them. We lost them on the way.
No way. I know, because when I was like, how did you meet up?
I'll just go and see whether they come out.
kit's a bit like ladies' handbags and guys who want to watch football. So you can never get the right one. You can keep looking, but actually you sometimes just have to put up with what you have and actually appreciate it.
So what he's saying is that no matter what we buy, doctors and paramedics are never happy with the bag we give them. They always want a better bag, and when you give them a bag, they want to put more stuff in it. So this aircraft's it's like the anti-TARDIS. Before the medical kit goes in there, it's got loads of room in it. As soon as the doctor and paramedic get their hands on it, you can't move in there for a lot of money. Right, so this is the aircraft now, stripped down a little bit. I'll let Dave jump in as and when he wants, but these are kind of the two main bits I'll take the scene straight away. So Corporal's monitor with everything it needs to do. Well, go on Dave, what does it do?
So this will basically, we can measure people's blood pressure, heart rates, look at the squiggly lines from the heart's activity. We can put pads on, so if someone's heart isn't wanting to work, we can shock it. And when someone's heart's really going through a problem, we can measure breathing rate, how much carbon dioxide people are breathing out, and all these things are great for checking how poorly somebody is. If you can measure something, brilliant. And equally, you can print out all the numbers so that we can look at stuff afterwards. Things are quite heavy, and also things have to be clamped in place in the aircraft for safety. It's a bit like having all the seat belts in. If you're in your car at home and you put loads of bags on the back seat, who puts seatbelts on around the bags to stop them from moving if we suddenly stop? Because if you imagine that's like a hefty, bag of shopping or something. If you stop suddenly, it can shoot through, and it's like a missile or a heavy object. So it's something which I only started doing whilst I was here. Is everything has to be safe, because if we suddenly have to dip down because there's something in there's another aircraft that's heading towards us, or there's a bird that's coming towards us, we don't want to hurt birds, so we'll try and dip down underneath the bird, although the bird could try and kiss our windscreen. We want things not to move around, and these are heavy. I probably we all end up having to do a bit of fitness to do the job, but actually you almost have to think about just lifting up kit and carrying kit, and if you've got to walk to an incident because we can't land any nearer, you've got to factor that in. And depending on what the incident is, depends on what kit you might take. So if someone, for example, has had a bad crash or their heart stops, and you think you can get that heart started, you might need a monitor to give them a bit of electricity. you might need the automated chest compression device, which just takes does it for you, unless you want someone else to do all the chest compressions. If you get the heart started, you might need to, we'll give them some magic medicines so that they're relaxed and comfy, but we might need to breathe for them, so we might need to use a ventilator, which again is another chunky bit of kit, which is really, really handy because you're not having to breathe for them with a funny bag. And then you've got to think about getting them back to the aircraft, getting them to hospital, fitting all this whilst it's attached to the casualty on the stretcher into the aircraft, and if it's raining and if it's night time, you've got all those factors. So you do end up having to rely on each other to make sure you don't trip up, forget something, knock things off the aircraft because there's all these things dangling off the back of the tail, and then trying to get the casualty in. You know, especially when you've got chunky stuff in your trousers and stuff. I remember once somewhere near, I think it was Pontefract Way. I remember getting out and there was a field of, I don't know whether it's parsnips or something, but I have to admit, I keep remembering that I fell out and just did some roly-polies in the mud, which you feel a bit embarrassed when that happens, especially when you've got to go to someone's house and you're covered in mud. And then you've got to wash yourself down and you might get another job. But you've got to see the funny side of that. And then you've got to re-kit it all when you get back because you've used all your stuff. It's like making sure everything's nice and tidy. Like at home, where you've got to be tidy.
For the record there, I'd just like to remind everybody, I just asked Dave to tell you what the monitor was about.
We got to turn it. We got to.
Yeah. Well, Dave makes a good point. We've got lots of kit in, it's all really heavy. So normally we have 2 people in the back. So today's crew's really Dave and Sammy. Okay, so if they've got somebody who's in an RTC, whose heart's not working, who may need someone to breathe for them, okay, and this is the primary bag as well, so you've got the monitor, you've got the corporal CPR device and the CPR for them, the ventilator will breathe for them. This is the everything bag. Anything you can think is in there is in there. But also, if they need blood, this is the blood bag. It's quite a big bag for blood, but it's got all the giving set and things like that and your sound. Yeah, this is the most important bit of kit for me. This stops you cutting yourself with barbed wire fences. Okay, so we have a lot in Yorkshire. A big sleeping bag and then some straps and a scoop to strap them to. But they might need to take on scene with them these 4 and that and this as well to get over a fence. For 2 people, that's quite a lot. So what we do then, we have the technical crew member, which today's me, not only me. So their secondary role is to assist on scene. So my role today is a co-pilot navigator, to navigate to get Ash to where he needs to be, help him locate landing site, land on safely. If not needed, then on the aircraft, and then Dave's and Sammy's. So I'll help them carry kit and assist them on scene as best I can, which essentially is just holding things and getting stuff out of bags. But we have a 3-person team then to carry all this kit. And when I'm the pilot, what I really like to do is land as far away to sea as possible, to give them a really nice long walk through muddy fields. So he got a long way to get all this kit. You need it, don't you? Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we're really lucky that police. We might get a police or an ambulance crew members to pick us up and take us from the landing site to scene. Sometimes somebody with a van or a truck may just say, "Oh, where are you going? Do you want to hop in?" You throw your stuff in, you climb into the van, you shut the doors, and realise this is a van with no windows, and think, I hope he knows where we're going. I mean, you've got to be honest, it doesn't matter where you are, whether it's a really plush area or if it's quite a rundown area. Actually, there's a lot of nice people, and everywhere has a nice community. Most places will, if they know somebody in their area is injured, they'll be helpful. And so we've got to be really lucky. I mean, even in some of the rough areas of some of the cities, you still find people who are willing to help, and we never seem to be too bothered by.
Also, no surprise areas in Yorkshire have the nicest people in them. People. Right. So the other extreme is we land right next to the patient. So whether it's something on a motorway. So that's the job.
There we go.
Okay.
Right, we're going to get to see the helicopter take off here, guys. Right, guys, so the pilot's just getting in. We just got to a safe place. Luckily, I've got amazing zoom on this phone. The lady just told us that because we are at the rear of the aircraft, the downdraft is going to be extremely strong. So I'm down on my knees anyway. Down on my knees on gas. So not going to push me backwards. Got more staff arriving. Rushing to get in, get ready to go. End up, guys. The rotors are going. Not sure how noisy it's going to be to you guys, but I'll give you a noise level from us. Building. Ooh. That's spinning at some speed, I told you. Wow. There we go, it's super speed now. It looks slow on camera, but it's really absolutely bonkers. Wow. Here we go, here we go. Downdraft is strong, alright. Let's go forward. And it's off. And there we go, folks. So that was a bit, that was a bit of something, wasn't it, Kev?
That was amazing. I'm just saying how humble I feel for what I do and what all of us do charity-wise. Yeah. Fantastic. And now they're going out to save someone's life.
It was, the backdraft wasn't that bad.
No, the noise was loud.
It was very, very, very loud, yeah, very loud.
Them turbine engines was going somewhere. Was
some really cool imagery there, though. Cool imagery. Right, I don't know what's next. I reckon we probably won't be far off them now. But it was supposed to be over at now 11:30, so I guess we'll be wrapping
up. What a finish! What a finish! Sorry, I just eating a bun, anyway. As you know, Holyrood,
Two stickers. That's 1, 2, 3,
Holyrood
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's an unusual address.
Yeah, Bridlington. 2EA.
Telephone number?
Thank you very much.
All done.
653 2016. Thank you. @gmail.com. And I'll take 5 of them, darling, if I can.
You're doing some lottery, are you?
Yeah.
You're gambling?
Yeah, gambling.
Even come here and you're gambling, eh?
Yeah, well, good cause. Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir.
So guys, I mean, that was an amazing little tour around the site and getting a bit of first-hand experience of how these guys do the amazing job that they continue to do every day. And yeah, we got to see the aircraft take off, which was, again, it was good to see, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing. But yeah, so massive respect to Yorkshire Air Ambulance for doing the continuous work that they do every day, saving people's lives. And as I said throughout the video, and again now, just below me on screen, there's QR codes where you can join the lotteries, you can make a donation, or you can enter the raffle. And if you've got a couple of bob spare, do it, why not? Better than sending donations to me, innit? So all the money from this video as well will donate to the trust as well. And I will also plug in the fundraiser below, which is currently running as well. So yeah, wicked. Big up to the Yorkshire Ambulance Service, and big up to Kev as well for inviting me along and for his work that he continues to do for the Yorkshire Ambulance Service as well. And yeah, so guys, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps the video grow. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos like this, guys. So until next time, as always, stay safe, peace and respect.